As the director of OES, are talking about the bigger picture. I can talk a little bit more about the smaller picture, which is the pocket fire, which is really kind of, for the most part, what everyone here really only cares about. Last we heard the pocket fire is about 1,800 acres. Don't quote me on that because it is changing. It is burning, obviously, east, northeast, and southeast of Geyserville and Cloverdale, respectively. Burning off the Pocket Ranch Road, Ridge Oaks Road, Fox Ridge, Coyote Ridge, Ridge Ranch Road, Shelley Ranch, and burning kind of towards both Geyser Peak and the geysers. So we've got crews up there. Our local CAL FIRE Battalion Chief, Marshall Turville, who's also Geyserville Fire Chief, he is up there working with crews on Geysers Road. We have one of our a retired CAL FIRE Battalion Chief who works with us in our zone as a volunteer battalion chief. He's kind of on the north side. So both those guys have real good working local knowledge of this fire and the area. So we kind of have a little bit of an extra advantage because of that. We also have we have a full crew here on our engine right now. We have 2 more engines back at the station that are staffed along with the water tender. So we're able to respond to both normal 911 calls here in Geyserville, the Geyserville Fire Protection District, as well as if any fires come out of the area that's kind of being ran by the incident management team. We'll be able to respond and assist them on an as-need basis. I don't know for sure. I don't want to start rumors, but there were sheriff deputies from both Sonoma County Sheriff's Department and San Francisco Sheriff's Department that were at our station earlier, like 10-15 minutes ago, saying that they will be, they've been told to prepare for more evacuations in the Geyserville area. I do not know where that is, but I'm giving you a heads up that more evacuations might be coming. Again, I don't want to start rumors. I'm not going to say where it's coming or because I don't know that. If I knew where these orders were going to be implemented, I would let you guys know, but I do not know that. So we're doing everything we can. I have statistics on the overall big picture of all the fires and how many acres have burned and how many resources have burned, but it really is unprecedented. And so it's taken a little bit longer to get resources here. I heard Kim Pimlott, the CAL FIRE director, on a press conference earlier saying that they've requested like 175 engines from outside of the state of California. So we're bringing resources in, but that reflex time is a little bit longer than obviously we would like right now. Everyone would like fire engines, one fire engine at every house, but that's not going to happen. And that's why they did the evacuations in that area, the east of the river last night, because we want to kind of get ahead of the curve instead of wait till it's too late. Yeah. So, questions? Yeah, I was driving up there with Hal Hinkle and our supervisor, James Gore, took them a tour of part of the fire. There are air assets flying around. They're able to drop because we've got a little bit, we've got clear skies in parts of the fire, so they're able to get in and make the airdrops, right? Because if they can't see, they can't fly, right? Because we don't want them to crash. So we've got, the smoke is getting blown out by the wind, so they're able to get in there and with some helicopters, and I believe the air tanker is going to be dropping on the base of Geyser Peak. The concern is Geyser Peak acts as a communications tower for our communications, the incident communications, and a whole bunch of little people, radio stations. FBI's got a tower up there. I mean, all kinds of stuff you wouldn't expect. So if that tower burns or the top of Geyser Peak is impacted, it's really kind of sets us back. So we want to protect that. They're also protecting Mount St. Helena because there's also repeaters and communication towers up there. So the air tankers are just based on radio traffic I'm hearing, they're boxing in around Mount St. Helena, and then they'll release the aircraft to come work on the base of Geyser Peak.
All sides around Geyser Peak?
Well, it would just be what would be the west side of Geyser Peak, so that to keep the fire from burning up to it. I mean, obviously, if the fire were to creep around it, they're gonna they're gonna drop retardant based on whatever's appropriate. Yeah. So I mean, we're not gonna just be like, we're just gonna drop right here and have the fire come around. Eventually they'll box it in.
So Joe, just so you know, the reason that we're all here and who we are, we're all...
You know, the theory would be that the fire would come this way, right? Embers would spot into a vineyard or into the river bar. The river bar, even though it's green, will burn, you know, so just because there's a lush river down there, that bamboo-looking stuff will burn with the wind on it. And an ember cast can go, you know, up to a mile. So, so to evacuate, yes, I would say go out Dry Creek and into Healdsburg, just because there's going to be so many resources coming up the road that it'd be better if you're not going down the road.
Do you have any, what's this whole Fitch Mountain advisory now? Do you know what
Well, so that's the different fire. That's the Tubbs fire. What's that?
Yeah, that's not going down.
No, yeah. So the Tubbs fire is coming. It's creeping along. Started at 128 Highway 29, Tubbs Lane there. Started burning up. Well, all the resources went to Santa Rosa. I mean, understandably so. All the that's where we're losing all the homes. So what happened is the fire then, you know, it went to Santa Rosa, and then the sides of the fire, the flanks were unchecked, and so it just slowly started expanding. And you know, a fire that's 20,000 acres, which is what it is. I mean, that's big, and to get resources all the way around it is just not enough resources. So the fire is just slowly skunking around, and then it'll make runs when it aligns with, you know, a slope or, you know, wind or whatever. So it's slowly coming this way, and the idea behind what this is my estimation of what's going on, because I don't know for sure, but the fire has come towards Chalk Hill and Spurgeon Road, and you know that's not that far from the backside of Russian River. Digger's Bend there goes around. When you look at an aerial map, it's really kind of, you feel like Chalk Hill's way over there, but it's really not. You know, you can almost throw a rock to Foothill Regional Park from Chalk Hill Road. I mean, it's that close. So anyway, that's what's going on.
This fire, because my take on it, I was standing up on top of the ridge today, and it's going back southeast, where it's headed at this point.
Yeah, the north winds that we get, which are typically, you know, they're more of a dangerous wind because it comes across land, so it has a chance to dry out. Whereas a wind that's kind of coming this way, or from the coast over, will have a little bit more moisture in it. So a north wind is you know, we refer to it in the fire service as like a wind event. We knew the wind event was coming on Sunday. I mean, no one could have predicted it was going to be that bad. But anyway, so this north wind is a north, I believe I thought it was a northeast wind, but maybe it's a northwest wind. So it's basically coming from the northwest.
Seemed like it.
And then blowing the fire. You know, it just depends on your little pockets. You know, it's super, early this morning we woke up and it was very windy down the valley floor. So we took an engine up the hill to go check on some structures that we knew there were no resources at, and there was like no wind up there. Nice. So it's kind of the little pockets, but the wind is definitely picking up and becoming more intense all across the valley. Talked to a resident who lives on Pine Flat Road, and Rhodey Jonas, I'm sure everyone knows Rhodey, kind of where you go around the point at the top of Pine Flat, and there was like absolutely no wind there. But if you look up like Black Mountain, kind of in between Pine Flat and Geysers Road, he estimated there was 40-mile-an-hour winds up there. So, yeah. Lake is not under advisory, then that's not the case. I don't want to start that rumor. Yeah. They're being very proactive with evacuation notices, so it's not like hey, I think my home should be evacuated. You guys aren't evacuating. No, we're the incident and the resources are definitely erring on the side of overly cautious.
Can I get to the base of Fox Ridge? I need to go over and pick up.
When the pocket fire started, it was myself in a pickup. We had one engine from Geyserville, 2 engines, and a water tender from Cloverdale, and that was the only resource at the fire. that was at that time 1,000 acres, and for the first 24 hours, that was basically it. That was it. So during that time, we made a request for evacuation for Vineyard Club, River Road, that kind of stuff. Sheriff's Department responded immediately, and then last night when they made the evacuation for that area again, they probably had 20 sheriff deputies come out, and then again today, I know there's for sure at least 6 Sonoma County Sheriff deputies up here and 3 San Francisco County Sheriff's Department vehicles, and each have two people in each vehicle. And they're up here to do more evacuations from what they said. They're not sure where. Again, I don't want to start that rumor. But they will go door to door. Yes, that's the idea.
So to aid with evacuation, if it does turn mandatory, should we make sure all of our gates at our properties are open?
Yeah, it definitely helps resources coming in, especially if you have like a